Hello and welcome back. I'm Shelfie and this is my continuing Let's Play of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. So, we have agreed to work with Auntie Cheng, or Kindly Cheng, as she is known, the triad boss of this region, and she is going to wipe our records and identities in exchange for us doing some jobs for her. But first we're going to have a little exploration, as I would very much like to see what's... Can we go up here? No. The original name has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold brushstrokes and read Bolt Hole. So we're just going to wander around and see what is up and happening. Because I enjoy these things. Just exploring. Right, I don't want to explore there. I think we came from down here. Almost. But not entirely. A massive steel security door is set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There's no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armoured glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Crime alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. Let's just walk away for the time being. Nope. Okay, so we can't go there because we can't walk past fruit. That is absolutely impervious to us. Let's carry on down here. Let's explore further along and up. Might have already been down this part. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we can go across there. No, we can't. Okay. Just want to do a little bit more exploring. So we've done down there. I think we've gone all the way down here. It just seems odd that there's so much space here, none of which is really used or usable. Well, that seems to be about the extent of our ability to go places. Yeah, we've been up there. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with his head. Auntie Cheng said you'd be coming. You can pass. Okay, so we're travelling new mission locations, blah blah blah. We can choose our team. So we have add one person. She's a decker. Got a grenade launcher, or the shaman. I think the shaman's probably going to be... Can I spend stuff on her? Yeah, we'll send her in. It's always good to have a spellcaster of some description. Kowloon walled city, the most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water silts in temporary wells. Trash lies piled on roofs for controlled burns. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking and everything in between. The only law is triad law. Now you need to enter this septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bow. Deliver a message from kindly Cheng. Let's do it. Yeah, we've got nothing. No equipment in the stash. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. In the distance, the sounds of back-alley activity add to the ambience of your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raven said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? You got me. As I said, the walled city is the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Maybe in the world. A rat pokes its head out of a fold in her clothing, squeals softly, and she reaches up her hand to comfort it. There's something wrong with this place. It isn't just a slum, it feels poisonous somehow. On an astral level, it churns my stomach even to come near it. Wu nods in agreement. Okay, you're right. This isn't the Barrens. It feels, I don't know, thicker. He goggles the place. Which way? The Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls his little corner of hell. I don't know where it is offhand, but I have a way of finding things. There's a flurry of motion at her hip and a second pair of beady eyes appears. Go shift her hand from one rat to the other, stroking them each in turn. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come into force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them, if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao's the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Cheng happy than piss her off again. Group safety is my biggest concern. We don't need to risk our necks for a bunch of triad thugs. I like the way you think. Damn right. Let's do this. Ooh, merchant. Putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You can see nothing that would cause it. Well, let's buy stuff. The bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of your approach. Clothing, clothing! I have good quality clothing for sale. What's the news here? Anything interesting? Interesting here? No, nothing changes here, nothing changes. She settles her weight with an audible harumph. Strangler Bow is the big man now. He's very important, very impatient. You know Bow? We'd love to meet him. Well, he requested a suit, and it took only 1 day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. She spits. If you see your friend Bow, tell him that he still owes me for my time. I don't sue for nothing. You can't eat air. You get right on that. She nods sagely. You see that you do. Now else, what else do you want? Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog listening to a noise that it can't understand. Prosperity? She sends it out to herself. I don't know what that means. Later, lady. The young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and her matte her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She says her place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move. She's clearly exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes tell you she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her. Her eyes remain fixed on you. What happened to you? She looks like she can barely keep her eyes open. Predators. I'm okay though, the blood's theirs. Thought I'd rest here for a minute before I get back to work. I'm a student at HKU. She glances around watchfully over your shoulders, at the nearby buildings looming above her into windows nearby, doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. Well, I haven't slept in days. It's because I haven't. I've been living with a family in one of the inner blocks for the last few months, working on my thesis. It was bad, but I could handle it. The past 5 days, though, I've been living on the streets, hiding from predators. What happened to the family? Pained expression washes over her face. I'm not 100% sure. The mother, she worked in a dive bar as a hostess. The father was a handyman. They never really went anywhere. Didn't have the money to. I just woke up one day and the whole family was just gone. I squatted at that place for a while, but then some people started coming around, eyeing the place. Figured I should get out, finish my research as fast as I could, and head back to the campus. And then I got sick. What kind of research would you do in a place like this? My thesis is about feng shui in the sixth world. This is the right place to do it. The only place to do it, otherwise I wouldn't be here. What does feng shui have to do with a slum? Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their homes, to tune them just right to achieve balance and harmony. Poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. She glances at her surroundings, a look of profound disgust on her face. I think that the negative feng shui of places like this affects the people who live here, and that it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. It's what I'm trying to prove. Before the awakening, people thought of feng shui as a philosophical system. Now in the sixth world, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. The whole thing revolves around ki, invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is it's measurable, quantifiable phenomenon, and there's an entire industry that's grown up around it. So how's the ki in this place? It's wrong, all wrong. Feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, look at the place. She gestures at the squalor surrounding you. You can feel it, right? Feel that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad ki, huh? Yeah, bad feng shui. Ki needs to flow or it goes sour. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. The woman clears her throat and then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running well, I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts, nothing conclusive. Just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. She holds out a cramped piece of paper. Please follow the notes on this sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you. The goal is to remove sources of friction and record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable impact on ki flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should just get a little bit better. I'll see what I can do. Okay. Let's rock and roll. Wires are sparking dangerously just above the doorway. I can patch the worn-out wire. Cutting. Quick patch job with some nearby waste rubber leaves the wires safe once more. Oh, we've repaired that part. Let's go and see what this merchant has to offer. Street vendor gestures towards a jumbled pile of tarnished cans, costume jewellery and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties, very valuable, very pretty. Show me what you're selling. Nothing of any interest. How can you stand this place? He gives you the stink eye. You mean my home? The vendor softens, become wistful. In my experience, you can get used to anything regardless of how horrible it is. It just becomes normal after a while. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is the walled city? No. He shakes his head. It's not something that someone would say. Right here. See you around. Okay. Market's still there. Gobber comes up short. She gestures down at a pile of filthy rags on the ground, a man's shirt encrusted with dried blood and grime. Hey, hold up. This cloth has a lot of negative energy coming off it. I think there's a spirit bound to it. Interesting. What can you tell me about this spirit? Well, it's a ghost, either that or a spirit of a man that thinks it's a ghost. Hard to be sure. She stares at the cloth, frowning. Whatever it is, it's upset. I can feel its anger and sorrow from here. But that's all I can get from while it's hiding like this. You could coax it out of the cloth. And talk with it if you want. Maybe it'll lead to something. She shrugs. Or it could attack us and rip out our souls. There's no way to tell without trying. Well, let's do it. Sure thing. The air above the bloody rag shimmers. Slowly, something close to man-shaped coalesces into being. A soft voice echoes out from deep inside, as if it began somewhere else. What is this? The spirit peers at you through eyes as soft and undefined as poached eggs. Where am I? You shed your body, you're a spirit now. Spirit? I am. He raises his hands to examine them, blank eyes sweeping over dead flesh. How? You know what happened? I was pushed out of my shop, hunted through Elliot's eye. The spirit's mouth widens in horror. Bow and his men, I wouldn't pay them, wouldn't accept their protection. Proud, I was too proud. A cold light flares from somewhere deep in his throat. They tore me apart, butchered me like a duck, It searches the sky, the ground, tearing at the memories inside itself. As it relives its own death, a network of deep cuts opens in its waxy sings, spattering black ichor on the ground. Cold light grows brighter. It pulses up the thing's throat and into its mouth, forcing its jaw to unhinge like a snake's. A burning radiance pours out of the spirit's mouth like vomit, spattering to the ground in an ectoplasmic flow of anger and despair. Maybe you can help us. Help? It looks confused, lost. I can. You can get us past Bow's garden into the walled city, so we can find him. The spirit's eyes roll in its head and it shudders, struggling to let the passion dissipate. I had a friend. It squeezes its eyes shut as it struggles to remember. Smuggler of animals, he had a space, hidden secret. Yeah, spirit, tell me about the secret space. An entrance in the sublevels. The spirit clasps its head in its hands. A chute, a red door, red painted numbers. 5465, 5465. I'm going to make a note of that. Somewhere. 5465. And we'll see how that works out for us. Thank you, Spirit. As he squeezes its eyes shut and turns away. 5465, 5465, 5465. Okay. Cool beans. Let's head back this way. Is this the same merchant that we were just talking to? I think it is, or was. Right. Let's see if there's more things to do around here. Can we go up here? No. No. So it looks like we can get in. Maybe. Not sure how we're going to do this. You can go down here. Interesting. You come upon a heavily muscled triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man holding a bleeding nose. Punk wags a cheap disposable cred stick in the old man's face. This, the bright plastic case, would look cheerful if it weren't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You have two options, old man. You can find a way to pay me all the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper into the war. Find a spot for yourself there with the pimps and the predators. They should find a nice use for you. Your choice. The old man wails, not fair. I just can't pack up and leave. I've been living here 22 years and I... Is this how it's going to be? He rolls his burly shoulders. Fine by me. He is out cold. Okay, can I get... Let's get here. Let's inspect this. Tires have been set aflame and have been burning for some time. The smell is awful. Okay, that doesn't seem... Seems like I should be able to do something there. Bucket of sand, so that means I can probably put out the tyres, the tyre fire with the sand. Pour the bucket of sand onto the flames. Flames are stifled beneath the dirty sand and soil from the bucket. That's two of the walled city's things that need to be repaired. And let's go to the lower levels. Let's see what's around here. It's a door panel. I'll worry about that later. Maggots churn within stews of unidentifiable ingredients. Interesting here. It's a gun runner. Ooh, let's see. A tubby man with a twice broken nose glances up at you from a pile of gun parts. He offers you a gap-toothed smile. Nice firearms here for good protection. You got a husband or wife? You got kids? Keep him safe with one of these beauties. Quality's guaranteed. Your satisfaction is everything. You want to buy? Don't know what someone from Oop North is doing down in Hong Kong, but, you know, he's a dwarf, so... Never heard anyone say prosperity in the walled city? He snorts his reply. Ah, if you're an organ legger or a gun runner or a triad, then sure as shit is. Otherwise you're looking at a hand-to-mouth, meal-to-meal existence here. Show me what you got. Okay, so we've got the Uzi 3, which is worse than what we've got. We've got an AK-97. No. Nothing of any interest. Brown, are you selling guns in his area? Got Bob's permission to sell weapons in this store. Been selling a lot of them, even more than usual. It's good for me. Hey, stand here. Business is good here, woman, real good. It's disgusting, but you go where the market is. Gotta run. Nothing there. Okay, so we've cleaned out the top part here. So we know what the code is to these places, but I just want to... explore the area before I go into this. How do we get across here? We don't. Here's the simple answer. That's to the rooftops. Let's mooch along down here. A rusted old water valve might be able to close off the flow of water that's pouring out of the broken pipe. Arrange the shut-off controls. Flow of water ceases, less clean water will run onto the streets now, off into the streets now. So we've repaired the walled city. I think we should go up and collect our reward now. Although that one karma might already be it. And then we'll come back down. Where's she gone? Oh, was it all the way along here? Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to get past them. Or rather, no. She was down here, wasn't she? Or something along the maybe here. There she is. The young woman startles at your approach, fumbling for something in her pocket. When she recognises you, she relaxes. Is it done? It's done. Thank you so much. The young woman sighs with relief. She opens the flap on her satchel, reaches inside and produces a plastic sheath. I'm not magically active, so I can't see the flow of key in the area. But I've got test strips, little sheets of paper embedded with key-sensitive bacteria. It's a close relative of FAP, but it doesn't see much use outside of Hong Kong. She pulls a strip out of the sheath and holds it to the air. Within seconds, the ink turns black. She lets out a dejected sigh. Her eyes shifting from the strip to her watch, and then to the strip again. She looks utterly defeated. Damn it, I've been making adjustments for weeks now, trying to get the key to circulate better, and nothing seems to work. If anything, this one went bad even faster than the control strips I took when I got here. Any idea why? No, it should work. I followed the text, done everything right. The key here is rancid, that's obvious. But I swear it's even worse than it should be. No wonder this place is so disgusting. I get what you mean. The student coughs and rests her head in her hands. That's it, I'm getting out of here. In a little while. Got to tell my advisor about this. Thanks for the help. Hope you don't stay long. I sure as hell won't. Okay. Right, so let's get ourselves back underground. Let's talk to the local. I don't want any trouble, boss, he exhales sharply. Please just leave me be. Sorry for your troubles, I'll leave you alone. Ah, he was the guy who got beaten up, wasn't he? So... and we'll talk to him next time. So, I think we've done a decent amount today. We've explored, we've gotten hints and tips, we've talked to spirits, etc, 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 and we are ready to infiltrate this Yellow Lotus place. Possibly. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, don't worry about it. Thank you again, and goodbye.